runs right under the cell. Look for a loose stone in the floor. It'll sound hollow.
What? How do you know that?
Ciao a tutti ragazzi e benvenuti a un nuovo episodio di Pilastri della Terra. Il gioco ha deciso di fare cose da solo. Dunque, l'ultima volta eravamo arrivati... Jack ha sbroccato e anche giustamente si è messa a menare il fratellastro perché a quanto pare si sposerà con un'aliena e ci hanno rinchiuso qui. E a quanto pare adesso la madre lo sta cercando di liberare. Mia madre ha detto che una delle pietre dovrebbe suonare vuota. Ok. Quindi, scodella, mi danno da mangiare come un cane. Ho mangiato comunque. Ho molta fame, ma non ho intenzione di implorare. Non ci passerei mai, inutile tentare.
I won't fit through there.
Grossa lastra di pietre. È questa qui?
I can't
Vediamo un
just
po'.
lift it up.
Non posso sollevarla. Non sono un frate. Una volta che sarò fuori da qui non tornerò mai più.
That's what you get for helping to build walls. They put one right in front of you.
Beh sì, un po' un colmo. Possiamo usare questo?
I just want to get out.
Sì, possiamo usare questo per alzare sta roba?
No.
No. Che altro si illumina? La porta.
I don't care who's on the other side. I have nothing to say to them. Nothing.
Philip mi ha chiuso dentro, come un animale. Che altro si illumina? Altra lastra di pietra. Mia madre è l'unica persona su cui posso contare.
Oh, the cracks are too narrow to pry it out with my hands.
Come fa mia madre a saperlo?
Won't be able to lift it like this.
Forse è stata
As long
rinchiusa
as
anche
there's no
lei?
place to fit my hands under the slab.
Posso usare questa per alzarlo?
That would break the bowl.
Così romperei la scodella.
The bowl would crack.
La lastra è troppo pesante. Piccola lastra, non posso scappare attraverso quel buco.
This one looks easy to pry out.
Ok, prova a forzarla.
Not with bare
Non a mani
hands.
nude, però usiamo la scodella. Ok, adesso possiamo alzare
With that
questo.
hole, I could lift the slab out.
Sì, però non fa troppo casino, sennò ti sgamano.
She was right.
Ah, sotto al mulino eravamo rinchiusi, pensa un po'.
Jack, tell me, was it about Aliena?
Ovvio.
I know about you two. I have known for a long time.
And how did you know how to get out of that cell? How did you know?
Your father. He was locked up in there as well.
Was he a monk?
No. They said he was a thief, but he was not. They hanged him, but he was innocent.
How? How did it happen?
Someone here in Kingsbridge gave him a jeweled cup and told him he could go. A mile down the road, he was arrested and accused of theft.
Beh, era un po' stupida allora, perdona.
It was like a game to them. They said he had stolen that cup from the priory.
Who said that?
3 men. He managed to escape the way you did, but they caught up with him. They hanged him in Shiring.
Who were those men?
It does not matter.
Beh, no, importa
It
sì.
is all in the past now.
Once you told me my father was a jongleur, that he came from France.
That is what he told me.
Chi era il padre di Jack? Esamina. Secondo la madre di Jack, le voci riguardo suo padre sono vere. Fu davvero impiccato per furto a Shiring. Eppure Ellen sostiene che Jack Sherburg non fosse affatto un ladro. La donna è convinta che 3 uomini furono responsabili della sua morte. Questi uomini gli diedero una coppa preziosa del priorato di Kingsbridge per poi arrestarlo per furto. Ellen non vuole parlare degli uomini responsabili per la morte di Jack Sherburg. Di chi si trattava? E nonostante fosse stata innamorata del menestrello francese, le circostanze di come egli fosse arrivato in Inghilterra da dove fosse venuto restano un mistero anche per lei.
You want to leave?
What if I have family there? There must be someone who remembers Jack Sherburg, right?
I knew this day would come.
I'm not a monk,
I know.
and I can't work here with Alfred.
I know. You really love her, don't you, Aliena?
Yes.
You truly are his son, Jack Jackson. This place is too small for you. After your father died, I went into the forest to get away from it all. But if you live like an animal, then they treat you like one. Do not let them, ever, find your way in the world. And when it leads you back to me, I want to hear lots of new tales.
Of course.
Those that killed your father, the people they killed, will return to haunt them. I promised them.
Wayleran disrespects you. After all I've done for him. Why rely on him for salvation? There are many priests, many bishops.
Maybe. But you are not making decisions for me either, Walter. No one is. If the Lord wants me to support Wayleran, he will let me know.
And what if he does not? What then? Will you allow Wayleran to order you around?
Oddio. Di nuovo a Kingsbridge. Allora, giochiamo come aliena. La mia famiglia ha bisogno di un emblema, di uno stemma, così da non dimenticare mai il nostro
I
scopo.
shouldn't leave with the door open. The draft will kill me.
Ma tanto da quanto entra l'aria? Boh. Ho sentito qualcosa, devo essere molto stanca.
It's getting cold.
Il mattino seguente. E mo chi è? Fratello idiota? Ah no, padre
Yes?
Philip.
I'm sorry for disturbing you on an important day like this, but have you by any chance seen Jack since yesterday?
Has something happened?
He's gone. We've been looking for him all morning.
Mostra i tuoi sentimenti, basta.
He's gone?
Well, yes, and I'm afraid it is my fault. I had him locked away. But in the end, I just punished anger with wrath.
Lo abbiamo deluso tutti, perché comunque ti senti in colpa
We've
anche
all
tu.
failed him.
No, I am the one to blame, and I pray to make it right again. My monks are already trawling the woods. I myself will go to shiring, while Martha is taking a horse to a cave he used to know. Please, don't let this spoil the first day of your marriage.
Che gioia
There
sposare
should be
quell'idiota.
only reason to rejoice.
Thank you.
Tre giorni dopo. Ah, quindi non vediamo le felici nozze? Pora aliena.
They still haven't found him. How long has he been?
3 giorni.
3 days.
Well, I think he's gone for good. I love him like a brother. But first he tries to kill me. Then he runs off worrying his family's sick.
Are you hungry? I think I'll prepare some food.
Great. I'm starving.
Mamma mia, che amarezza. La uso solo per me. Li ho comprati con i miei soldi, quando guadagnavo ancora. Non mi importa più di consumarli tutti. Ci sono anche parecchie spezie. 2 giorni dopo. Mazza, quello sta sempre a tavola.
We've been married for what? A week?
5 giorni.
5 days.
That's almost a week. Yet we still haven't, you know.
Mi spiace, ho bisogno di tempo.
Oh, I'm sorry. I want this to work, but I need time.
It's all right. Sometimes you look at me like you think your husband isn't a good man. But I am a good man. You'll see.
Quasi mi sta a fa pena pure Alfred, però rimane un idiota. In questi giorni trovo difficile concentrarmi, ma poco a poco sto facendo progressi, presto sarà finito. A malapena fanno progressi, non mi sorprende, molti hanno perso amici e parenti nell'attacco. Devo cucinare di nuovo, presto mi serviranno altre spezie. Pentola per cucinare.
It still needs eggs.
Servono ancora delle uova. Ora posso aggiungere le uova. Sono felice che non mi abbia mai toccato. Poverina. Andiamo a vedere fuori se ci stanno le galline, va?
Where are you going?
Oh, nowhere. I just needed some more herbs for the soup.
Huh? I think everything you need's here.
Mi servono le uova. E che faccio? Stanno qua? Comunque, oh, ciccio, io vado dove pare, cioè, chi ti se caga?
You need any help?
You could prepare the meat.
How do I do that?
Oh, never mind. I've got it.
Quanto sei inutile, Alfred, mamma mia. No, non voglio pensare a lui, non oggi. Come faccio? Ah, eccole le uova, ok. Le ha portate Marta stamattina e ora devo cucinare di nuovo. Già, entusiasmante. 12 giorni dopo.
Today, I was thinking about what you and Philip did for our workers when they were afraid that they wouldn't be paid. Offering them coin to make them stay and feel safe. What if I did something similar? How about I could offer them pay in case something happens? Like an insurance. What do you think?
Puoi permetterselo? La vera
Could you
domanda è
afford
questa.
That's up to the prior to decide. He said he'd come over around noon tomorrow. Maybe he could eat with us. And you could help me explain the idea. If you want. I think it would be good for you. To do something other than cooking and
Di
weaving.
a lei.
You haven't left the house in 2 weeks.
Hai ragione.
You're right. I'd be glad to help.
Ah, great.
Allora le uova qua. Il giorno dopo.
Would you like venison with it?
No, thank you. I'm just here to talk.
Ascetic as always, I see.
It just turns more and more into a habit, really.
È ancora più pallido del solito e più magro. Persino i novizi cominciano a sparlare di lui. Sono felice che sia vivo, tutto grazie a Helen che costrinse il frate in nero a mentire e a Jack che catturò il frate. Vedi, scelte ottime abbiamo fatto.
So, you are suggesting that we promise the workers money if the construction is not completed?
Yes, as an insurance. Since the Fleece Fair, they've been quite worried. It would ease their minds a bit.
Yes, especially since they'd know they don't have to finish the cathedral in order to get rich. It sounds to me like we would be tempting them to fail deliberately.
I hadn't thought about that.
Non essere così cinico, Philip.
Don't be so cynical, Philip.
I'm not. It's just so hard to encourage goodness these days. We tried so hard in the last few years, yet all we reaped is death and misery.
The alternative would be to do nothing at all.
Vabbè, fammo che l'idea di Alfred è buona, dai, dammo
I
un'assicurazione
think
a
it's
quello.
not a bad idea.
Sempre dalla parte dei lavoratori.
We wouldn't promise them too much, just enough to help them get by till they find new work.
It would ease their minds a bit.
Yes, you said that. Your idea shows great compassion.
Hai visto?
Thank you, Father.
It's very rare these days to find spirits who still believe in the good of people. Unfortunately. I could never promise them coin, because one cannot give what one does not have. Ever since the market collapsed, Kingsbridge is losing more than it earns. We may even run out before we complete the cathedral.
What?
He's right. It won't be finished.
But what about Mother? We wanted to build it for her.
Riuscireste a costruire più in fretta?
Could you build faster? Finish it before you run out of money?
Is that an option? Master Builder, you've been awfully quiet so far.
It's hard to say. But yes, Alfred could look at the designs. Could be there's shortcuts that could be taken. Not much help yet, but I'll do what I can.
I can do it.
All right. I promise you, I will think about your proposal. Oh, milady, your soup.
Oh, ma che davvero? Faccia te. È venuta meglio questa volta, credo. agosto. Marta, ciao. Cognata.
Thank you.
È incinta Lena, mi sa.
I'd never thought that my brother could work so hard.
Kingsbridge gli sta a cuore.
He really cares about Kingsbridge. I would never have thought. Really. Alfred has changed. He used to be such a bully. He seems really concerned about things now. About Kingsbridge, about you, about your family. I can't wait for you to give me a little nephew or niece.
Non abbiamo mai fatto sesso? E lei è di Jack.
Well, enough about Alfred. Did you get the blue dye I've been asking for? Actually, I did. It's from a woad merchant in Winchester. Took me some time to find him.
Un mercante di guado.
So much, Martha. I guess now I finally have to finish my weaving. How's it going?
Sta andando bene.
It's going quite well. What does Sir Richard think of the idea? I haven't told him yet. When he comes here, he's mostly interested in coin.
Non me l'aspettavo.
But that's the deal. He fights and I pay. It's an endless circle. The coat of arms shall remind us of who we are and where we come from, so we don't end up losing purpose. Have you decided on an animal yet? You really should have an animal on it.
Un orso, un leone, una volpe, un'aquila. Un'aquila.
It will sport an eagle. An eagle? Flying among the clouds. I like that. Ali, I'm so sorry that I mentioned wanting a niece. I just thought, in the last month, that you were, well, growing a bit. Oh, I'm just getting fat.
Non è vero.
You're not getting fat? You forget that there's not a lot for me to do other than sit around and eat. Then we should take a hike soon. Stretch your legs and get some sunshine. I'd like that. I would like that a lot. But not today. I need to finish the coat of arms first. Get it done while I still can.
Settembre. Ok. No, ho sbagliato. Non posso avere i bambini di Jack, sono incinta. Sono incinta. Mi sono sposata per tenere fede al mio giuramento. Sposare Alfred è stato un errore. Entrambe. Lei vuole tenere fede al giuramento, però questo è stato un errore. Vabbè, questo si deve autoconvincere da una parte, no? Nulla di ciò che fa mi rende felice. Alfred sta facendo il suo meglio. Vabbè, comunque impegnando, obiettivamente si sta impegnando. Cerco di essere una brava moglie, non faccio altro che litigare. Cerco di essere una brava moglie. Devo continuare così. Sì, per riuscire a avere i soldi per fratello. Esatto. A sto punto ormai fatto 30, continua così.
Love alone could never stop William Hamley. Only money and influence.
E questo è vero.
With Alfred as a husband, I can fulfill my father's last wish. And ever since we've been married, he's been working deep into the nights to finish the cathedral. And when he's home, he expects nothing in return. Although I can see so much longing in his eyes. He is trying his best to make our arrangement work. and I try to be a good wife.
La mamma di Jack questa.
I did what I had to do when I married him. But what I didn't know back then was that I am pregnant with your grandchild.
You brought this on yourself. You had the love of your life, but you threw it away.
Mi disprezzi per quello che ho fatto?
Do you scorn me for what I did?
No more than anyone else. First and foremost, I blame that priest who turned my son into a monk. But you're a very close second.
Ammazza, addirittura al secondo posto. Farò tornare Jack.
What if I brought Jack back?
Oh, Aliena. Jack has left England. There's no possible way to find out where he went. I want you to know one thing. Jack loved you. For me, that makes you still family. If you can't have his baby, give it to me. I will raise it far away from this crooked world that had no room for my son.
I don't want to give our child away.
Then you cannot stay here. You cannot go on like this.
But I have to. Don't you understand?
Ottobre.
It's finished. I want you to wear it when you go to battle. To remind us of what we are fighting for.
Huh. Why an eagle?
Governa con fierezza dal cielo. È bella ed elegante. Questa, chi è?
Because it rises higher than any other animal and proudly rules from the skies. We must never forget our noble cause and that we have to be an example for the people who look up to us.
You hear that, Alfred? I'm an eagle.
Quante sei
Grow
idiota.
up, Richard. This is important.
Sorry.
How's the war going, by the way?
Come sono i tuoi rapporti con il re?
How is your standing with the king?
It's getting better and better. The good thing is, William Hamley is turning out to be quite the lousy player. In our last battle, he ran away when things started to get a bit tight. They say he was afraid to die before he settled matters with his mother.
Sua madre?
His mother?
No one's seen her in years, not since her husband died. But rumour has it she's still alive and joyfully pulling his strings. Mention her to William, and he goes as pale as a sheep. Ali, we are so close, but we need to be careful. We mustn't let our guard down.
Is there anything you need from me, Richard?
Well, a new saddle would be nice.
I'll see to it.
And a horse to put it on, of course. The last one caught quite a few arrows.
Right.
I'll be out
Alfred
for
è
a
diventato
while.
sottone.
I've got some business at the market with Martha.
All right.
Lo stemma di Aliena. Il disegno sullo stemma tessuto da Aliena doveva servire come emblema della sua famiglia. Sarebbe stato riprodotto su scudi, surcotti, cotte d'arme e bandiere per essere portato in battaglia. Ogni elemento di uno stemma deve fornire uno sguardo d'insieme sulla storia e gli ideali di chi lo porta, ragion per cui Aliena ha scelto un'aquila. Volano libere e non si arrendono mai. Finalmente è finito. Perché ci ho impiegato così tanto? Adesso devo trovare qualcosa di nuovo. No, non voglio pensare a lui, non oggi. Mai però. Se la passa bene, come tutti noi, chi lo avrebbe mai detto? Vabbè, andiamo da Marta, va.
I can't believe you two have almost done it. You've almost won your father's earldom back.
Oh, don't say that until it's actually happened. I'll see you later in the evening.
Ah, there you are.
I always wondered what it would have been like to grow up in a forest.
Oh, it's cold. Very, very cold. When I was young, I spent a night in Ellen's cave. If it hadn't been for her soup, I would have died for sure.
Eccola lì, allegra come una campana, come sempre.
What kind of soup?
I think it had deer in it.
Deer?
Yes. Jack had caught it before we met him. I think it was the only one he ever caught.
But hunting deer is...
I know, it's punishable by death. Jack never was one for rules and laws.
Right.
Punto di approdo per tronchi e rocce. Forse potremmo usarlo anche come porto commerciale. Aiuterebbe a far rivivere il mercato. Sta facendo di nuovo caldo. Presto alle pecore non servirà più la loro lana. È ora di rimettersi in affari. È da lì che provengono Ellen e Jack. Non riesco a immaginare una vita del genere, ma in effetti. Dicono che stanno sorgendo sempre più cittadine. Cittadine come Kingsbridge. Forse un giorno viaggerò di nuovo. Sin da quando Alfred ha parlato con Philip, stanno lavorando come matti. Ormai è quasi finita. A nervoglia gli avevamo fatto a fare sta cattedrale.
He was always busy with something, just not with what Tom asked him to do.
Jack? Yes. Yes, he was.
You will be an aunt soon.
What?
But don't tell Alfred. I haven't told him
Beh, ma
yet.
Alfred è idiota. Cioè,
You
come fa a
still
non
think
capirlo?
marrying him was a mistake?
I do.
I do too. But you did it for very good reasons. So, maybe it wasn't a mistake after all. Maybe it will work. Not in a loving way, but more like a partnership. You two seeing eye to each other.
Maybe. But the baby is not...
What was that?
No. No. Vabbè, ma è maledetta sta cattedrale. No, la costruite, oh. Marzo.
They built it too fast. Like the Babylonians, they sought to be grander than God, and for this we all have to suffer.
A stone roof. Alfred tried to build a stone roof without telling Papa.
You're with child? How can you be with child if we
Povero
never...
Alfred.
My cub is gone and will never return. You threw it all away for a life of lies and a kingdom of dust.
Without a cathedral, my mother will spend an eternity in hell. And by God, I hope you won't suffer the same fate for this. I can't stay. Not without work. And not like this. I'm sorry.
Ah, a posto. Quindi Alfred se n'è ido. È stato molto utile quello che abbiamo fatto, allora.
There's no need to cry. There. We've been crying for far too long now. Where do we go from here?
È allo sfascio e non ci sono soldi per ricostruirla. E niente, non sa da fa proprio sta cattedrale. È tutto finito. Si è spento, ormai è freddo da ore. Dovrei davvero riaccendere il fuoco. La casa è di nuovo tutta mia. Alfred ha lasciato Kingsbridge per sempre. Povero Alfred. Mi ha fatto pena alla fine. Dobbiamo uscire? Shiring.
We will build a cathedral right here, towering high above Shiring. But it will not be a cheap undertaking.
Money is no object. I shall build it for our Lord and my mother, so that the Lord will heal her.
I am sure he will. Ah, yes, there he is.
Comunque è tutta colpa di sto tipo qua.
We will need a master builder.
My bishop, I think I have.
No, ma che è Alfred? Vabbè, allora sei stronzo. Da fammi pena sei stronzo.
My bishop, my name is Alfred Builder.
Alfred costruttore. Sta su una nave? Eh sì. Oh, fine del libro 2, attenzione. Capitolo 14, partenza. Cosa hai fatto? Hai provato a essere gentile durante la rottura con Jack. Non credi più che Dio esista, questo Philip. Hai scelto un'aquila per il tuo stemma. Hai sostenuto l'idea di Alfred di assicurare i lavoratori. Durante il tuo matrimonio con Alfred hai combattuto per non perdere la speranza. Hai lasciato Kingsbridge per sempre. Hai completato il libro 2. Attenzione, ci manca l'ultimo libro, abbiamo finito il gioco.
Next time on the Pillars of the Earth.
Vediamo un attimo che succede.
Witness the climactic final part of the series.
It's time we take back what was taken from us.
It's time to face our enemies.
It is time to make a stand for what we believe in.
The Pillars of the Earth. Book 3. The Eye of the Storm.
E niente, un po' di spoileroni ci sono stati, cioè tipo loro che si trovano, anche se era scontato. Vabbè, direi continua.
The White Ship. She was one of the fastest vessels that was ever built. The man who should be king of the English now, the son of King Henry, was on board when she sailed off. And with the prince there were 140 knights and many nobles, all on their way from Normandy to England. They say the ship hit the rocks, and then a fire broke out. Even before the White Ship had departed, the prince and his men had begun to drink and get violent. Monks that were meant to bless the voyage were then forced to disembark. Some say the ship had been cursed. The king's son and many of his family were pulled down into the Black Sea that night.
1142.
You're forgetting one important detail. Not only these monks, but also Stephen of Blois, the king's nephew, left the ship before it embarked. They say he got ill.
That old rumor.
The same Stephen who calls himself the king of the English now.
What? That cannot be a coincidence.
Yes, it can be. Of course he's king now. He survived. He is the king's nephew.
What do you think, my lord?
I think Stephen is a clever man. Clever enough to have his whole family perish. But why he would want to rule that god-forsaken rock, I will never understand.
What makes you say that? I love my country.
Then why are you leaving?
Well, because I want to see something new.
I'll tell you what you're going to see. A proper country, where people know how to behave.
What about you? Why are you leaving?
Sto cercando qualcuno.
I'm looking for someone.
For who? I guess I should stay out of other people's business. Forgive me.
You English do talk a lot, don't you?
I just don't know how to feel about leaving my country for the first time. I mean, how should anyone feel?
Speranzosi?
Hopeful?
I don't know. Maybe I'm just running away.
You should all get some rest. It will not be long now till we reach Cherbourg.
Thank the Lord. I can't wait to be back.
Di nuovo la sigla, che non è saltabile, vabbè. Libro 3, l'occhio del ciclone. Capitolo 15. Il viaggio. Cherbourg, Normandia.
In the late summer of 1142, I had left my home country, England, for good. My old life lay in shambles, as did my former home of Kingsbridge. Having failed both my friends and family, I had set out to find my baby's father, the man I still loved with all my heart, Jack Jackson. And so early one morning in July, I finally arrived on the shores of Normandy. With nothing on me but a pouch of coin and a young, curious face yet unnamed, who was just as unfamiliar to this new world as was I.
La White Ship. Il naufragio della White Ship 1120. La White Ship era una delle navi più veloci della sua epoca. Era guidata dal figlio del capitano Della, la nave che portò Guglielmo il Conquistatore dalla Normandia all'Inghilterra quando invase l'Inghilterra nel 1066. Proprio come era consuetudine per suo padre, il capitano della White Ship offriva con piacere il suo vascello ai molti membri della casata reale di Re Enrico, offrendo loro un passaggio dalla Normandia all'Inghilterra, in modo che potessero far visita al re. Ma come tutte le povere anime che salirono a bordo di quella nave, anche il capitano non sopravvisse al viaggio. Nel buio della notte la nave urtò violentemente contro qualcosa e divampò un incendio. La nave venne trascinata negli abissi oscuri del mare e con essa anche molti degli eredi del re. A bordo doveva trovarsi anche Stefano di Blois, ma si dice che a causa di un improvviso malore lasciò la nave prima che partisse. Quella notte di novembre, non appena la White Ship affondò, Stefano rimase l'ultimo erede maschio al trono d'Inghilterra. Proprio per questo alcuni ritengono sia stato lui responsabile del naufragio. Potrebbe. Va bene ragazzi, dai, ci fermiamo qui e niente, quindi ci manca l'ultima parte del gioco e è sempre mai una gioia a Kingsbridge, comunque, rimarrà sempre così. Voi mi raccomando, come sempre, mettete un mi piace, lasciate un commento, iscrivetevi al canale, vi aspetto anche su Telegram e al prossimo episodio. Ciao ciao!